What's up everyone, this is Dr. Webb here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, new videos coming every week, you don't want to miss them. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about some reasons why becoming a doctor is not a good idea. Throughout my channel and throughout my message, I always try to spread some positivity, and I always try to be as positive as possible, letting everyone know that becoming a doctor and going into medicine, why it's such a good idea, why it's very rewarding, why it's very gratifying, but I seldom talk about the downsides or the reasons why people should not become a doctor. And I think it's important to know exactly what you're getting into before you actually get into something such as medicine. It's such a long road. The time to get to from point A all the way to completion is very long. The money that you spend, the sacrifices that you have to make. So I think it's important to make a very well informed decision of whether this field is for you, because I get a lot of questions from people and they're always asking me, is becoming a doctor or medical school, is that something that I should be doing, or is it worth it? So I wanted to address that in this video. So number one, I think the number one reason why one should not become a doctor or becoming a doctor is such a bad idea is because the school is long. Who wants to be in school for for half of your life? It essentially seems like, because you have to go through 4 years of college, you have to go through 4 years of medical school, and the shortest residency is actually 3 years. So that's a minimum of 11 years to become a doctor. If you take out college, that's still a minimum of 7 years, 4 years of medical school and 3 years of residency, whether this is in internal medicine, emergency medicine, or pediatrics. Those are some of the 3-year programs. It's still a long time while your colleagues are finishing up their bachelor's degree and going off and going into the workforce and making money. You'll be still in school. So, and then on top of that, some of the longer residencies such as orthopedic surgery or neurosurgery, which is 7 years residency, and some people still do a fellowship of 1 to 2 years. So it's a very long time, and if you add up 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, 7 years of residency, and then additional year fellowship, what is that, like 15 or 16 years? Some people are essentially 35, 36 when they complete all this training, and you've been in school that entire time, half of your life. So that's something that you just have to know about and be willing to put in the work and all the hours that are required to become a doctor. So the number two reason not to become a doctor, or the reasons why it is a bad idea, is because of the money that is lost. Your colleagues who are going straight from college and they're going to the workforce, they're making, let's say, $80,000 a year. You're going to medical school, which you're actually paying money, so you're losing money every year. So you're going into the negative, double negative, because you're in debt because of your school loans. And then you get into residency and you're paying you $12, $13 an hour. If you add up all the hours that you spend in the hospital divided by your salary, and I actually have a video about this and I'll put it right up here, you actually get paid less than someone who almost works at McDonald's or one of the fast food restaurants. So it's not a lot of money. It is some money, and once you graduate from medical school, you're actually happy that you're making some money at all. You do have to take in consideration that you'll be behind your peers by thousands of dollars by the time you're actually in the workforce, done with all your training and making money. The next reason to not become a doctor, or the reason why becoming a doctor is a bad idea, is because of the work hours. During your residency and also after you're done with your residency, and depending on your specialty and where you work and your contract type, you'll be working anywhere between 60 to 80 plus hours per week. Some specialties have longer hours, some specialties have shorter hours, but in your training, most people work about 80 hours per week. What most people don't realize is that once you come home from work, you still have to study, you still have to fill out you have to log your hours, which means that you have to put it into a computerized system to keep track of how many hours you're working. You have to keep track of all your surgeries that you do, because By the time you graduate, you have a list of every surgery that you did while you're in residency. You have to, like I said, study, other administrative duties. So the hours that are outside of work, you may work 80 hours at work or 60 hours or 70 hours, but you spend another 10 to 30 hours at home doing residency things, doctor things, medicine things. So those hours really add up, and people don't really take into account those hours, but I think that's something that is extremely important, something to realize. The next and final reasons why becoming a doctor is a bad idea is because of the burnout rate and suicide depression rate. A lot of people don't talk about this, and it's one of those things that you just hear through the grapevine, like another resident died or committed suicide, or this person is struggling in residency or medical school. But it's one of those things that, like I said, is not really talked about a lot, but I think needs to be talked about more. The burnout rate is extremely high. Some specialties have higher burnout rates than others. Emergency medicine, general surgery, actually anesthesiology. Medscape puts out articles and they talk about the burnout rates in various specialties. And also depression. Depression is very common among medical students, among residents and physicians in general. There's surveys that go around and surveying medical students throughout their medical school and see how their depression kind of fluctuates. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of stress to be a physician. You have to make a lot of sacrifices. So I can see why people are depressed, and I can see why the burnout rate is so high. It's just one of those things that you have to realize what you're getting into. So this video is not to discourage anyone from going into the field of medicine. It's just to let you know of what you're about to get into. Before I started along this path of becoming a doctor and a surgeon, I had no idea about these things, so that's why I wanted to share with you guys so you can know what you're getting into. If you want to go into medicine, go for it. It's a very rewarding and very great field to go into, and I wouldn't change anything if I had to go back years and someone asked me, what is something that you would change? I wouldn't change a thing. I love medicine. This is what I was brought here on earth to do, so helping people and using my hands to get people from a time of injury or a time of helplessness or being down up into a more functional kind of state. So that's my spiel. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe. New videos coming every week. You don't want to miss them. Also, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any videos that I put out each week. We'll see you next time.